Hey guys, it's Kiara.
Toya.
I'm Kiana.
What's up? This is Tisa.
And this is Too Damn Good. Hey ladies.
Hey.
We are getting ready for tonight's episode and we
Yes.
are going to be discussing your 5 love languages.
Okay.
Like it could be all 5 or you could just pick your top one. So let's just go over the 5 love languages so you guys will know. So we have words of affirmation, verbal compliments that express love or appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
Physical touch. Ooh. Touch
And
me.
we all know what physical touch is. Physical touch.
Physical
Right.
touch. So physical touch could be sexual or non-sexual that shows love. Then you have quality time. I love that. And it focused on an individual's attention and spent time together. Acts of service. Any acts that easiest to burden responsibilities. Then you have receiving gifts. Now y'all know what receiving gifts is.
We love this.
But physical, simple symbols of love. So that is your 5 love languages. So you guys, starting with Kiara, what is your love language, or all 5 if you must?
I want to say I'm definitely probably all 5 combined, but I think my first one definitely is probably the touch. I'm very I'm so, even with women, I'm just like
Yeah, you are touching.
And yeah, I'm very touchy feely, and it could come off wrong. So I'm gonna say touch is first for me, but I love a good combo of doing all of it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, touch.
I'm like, oh my god, like you're so strong.
Then touch.
Right. Toya, what's yours?
Okay, so I like all of them too as well. However, I absolutely love like public display of affection. So that's touch. I love it. And number 2, I think I like gifts. I'm sorry.
Ain't nothing wrong with
We
that.
love gifts.
I like
It's up here for a reason.
I like gifts, and then 3rd, quality time. So acts of service is gifts, right?
No, gifts is gifts.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
receiving.
So then acts of service, and then the top one was
Words of affirmation.
well, I'm gonna take that back. Gifts would be 3rd. Words of affirmation would be 2nd, because I do like that motivational type of thing.
Right.
Where you actually was thinking about stuff for me. So yeah, I would do that. And the gifts is definitely 3rd. Quality time would be right under.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's
What about you, Tisa?
My first one would be words of affirmation. You got to tell me, like, I like to be encouraged and told. So words of affirmation is definitely number 1 for me. Then I would say probably quality time. All up under that. I think they kind of go hand in hand.
Right.
Then I would say gifts. Then acts of service. And then what's the other one? I guess that would be
I think that's it.
Oh.
Physical touch.
physical touch. Okay, before gifts will be physical touch for me. Yeah, and then gifts. And then I guess acts of service will be last. Cause I think acts of service will be last because I'm so used to doing things for myself. So by the time they try to get to the acts of service, it's already done.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you need me to come, change
Hey,
the
sir, I
tire.
have already done
I'm like,
it.
I already
Triple A
changed
was already
right.
here.
I think that's why. Did I say acts of service last? That's probably why I feel that way. Because
Yeah.
we do so much stuff for ourselves. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it'll already be done by the time you try to get around to act of service. But if that was your love language, if that was his love language, I will fall back on it a little bit because I want him to be able to express himself in his love language, and I also will receive that instead of me being like, I already did it, because you got to understand like your mate's love language as well, and they may not be compatible, but you have to recognize it so that you can be able to give them that love in the way that, and I think that's what makes a relationship really work when you both understand your love languages and you can meet each other there, because you might not be somebody who into physical touch, But you gotta touch me sometimes.
Right.
If that's my top love language, you
Right.
might not be somebody who can express yourself through words, but you better buy me a card that says what you need to say and make me feel special.
Because
So
I need those words of
I
affirmation.
need those words of affirmation. So you
Right.
might not be a big talker, but you better figure out how to communicate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, in
That's
some kind of way.
And
Yeah,
sometimes, that's what I'm
sometimes.
saying. You can buy a card and it can have those proper words that you know express how you feel.
Yeah.
As long
And
as
that
it
way
ain't
you
just
could be
any
doing
card.
both of them at the same
the same
time.
time.
Giving me a
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Right.
Bitch, don't take no.
Right.
That was a good note. You need to put a little check next to that one. Well, I could say my first one, and it's kind of like what you were saying, because I do it so much when like in relationships or, you know, really liking somebody. My first one would be acts of service. For me, I love doing stuff for people. So it's like I would love to receive it back.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be my very first one. Of course, it's all 5. But acts of service would definitely be my first one. Words of affirmation. I definitely like when somebody is like feeding me because I do the same thing. I want somebody to really feed
Fill
into
your cup.
yeah.
And fill their cup.
Exactly. So I want somebody to give me that same love and tell me like, you know, you're doing a great job. I see you.
Yeah.
I really see you. So that would be words of affirmation. Quality time would be 3rd for me. I definitely want to spend some quality time with somebody.
Yes.
Quality time. Yes. And then my next one would be like physical touch. She always on the R&B video. Then my next one would be like physical touch. Cause I want to be touched.
I want to be touched
At night.
Oh
In the
God,
morning.
at night.
All the time.
I think that went somewhere else.
It did. I'm sorry, y'all. And then my last one would be
Woo!
receiving gifts. Gifts.
The last one would be receiving gifts would be your last one.
Yeah, gifts would be my last one. I guess because gift. The only reason why
I'm like, gifts would be your last one.
it was, but I'm not used to receiving gifts. So even when sometimes people give me gifts, I'm like, oh, thank you, and it doesn't look genuine. It is very much genuine.
Okay.
But I'm not used to receiving gifts, so it's not like a huge thing for me. I want it. Don't get me. I'm not saying I want it.
So, but outside of like a relationship, giving gifts, do you give them?
I give them all the time.
Okay. Because normally people who
I give,
if it's
like
down
I
at the
said.
bottom, then you probably it's not a top.
Yeah, you probably like,
No,
you know
not
what?
give gifts.
I don't want to buy you nothing.
Oh no, I love giving gifts. I love like checking in. And
Well, that's your that's your acts of service. So that's why you put that
Right,
on the top.
acts of service, yeah.
That's why they're top and bottom.
Right.
Because it's like same thing but not the same thing.
Right, because gifts to me is more material stuff. Acts of service is just like I want to be there for you,
Yeah.
like whatever you're going through, or if you need something, I'm going to be there. So that's always my first one. But I wonder, like, is that are we saying it right? Like,
Well, I was
is,
gonna ask
That's
you
what you like from somebody else.
yeah, to get to
oh,
you.
so maybe I'm saying it wrong.
But
Yeah.
but
But
you do
that is what I
express,
want.
but you do express yourself through your love language. So for me, I give out plenty of words of affirmation because
Yeah.
that's what I like to receive. So you were saying it right.
Okay.
Because if that's your top love language, that's what you're gonna be performing the most.
The most, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly how. Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, so it's just how you give and receive. But when you're dealing with relationships, and it doesn't even have to be like a romantic relationship, but relationships
Friendships,
period.
anything,
Yeah, you
yeah.
have to understand people's love language
Right.
and meet them there. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Okay, drink some more.
Gesundheit.
She gonna make me drink some flowers.
Okay, mama, drink some water.
Is the ginger ale in there? You know that make it feel better.
You alright?
If these flowers do this to you, baby, get these flowers out here.
It's late, y'all.
Sorry, guys.
Woo.
Yeah, but yeah. So it's basically not just in dating.
Yeah.
basically, but it's also in just your relationship with anybody in your life. You know, so. And if you have, children or you're good friends, it's important to learn their love languages
Right.
as well, so you can be a good, friend or parent or cousin or aunt or whatever it is that you are to somebody. And it's like even weird, me and the hairstylist, it's like learning sometimes my clients' different love languages.
Yes.
And especially if they've been coming to me for a while, I know the ones that when they getting up out of my chair, I was like, yeah, girl, you look good, girl, and hype her up, like give her those words.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know about the gifts because I wasn't giving out discounts.
Right.
But you do give your words of affirmation, and most people, words of affirmation is somewhere in there, so we do give that out.
Yeah. And they're typically like towards the top when it comes to words of affirmation because everybody likes to be validated in some aspect. Or just acknowledged. Let me not just say validated, but just acknowledged. So
I have a question for you, ladies. Do you guys feel like your love language on the bottom of the list, is it hard to give it when it's on someone's top of their list? So let's say quality time, gift giving is the last one for you. Is it hard for you to be with someone who is a gift giver that's their first love language? Like they need it the most.
you know what? That's a very good example, a question you put out there because it will for me. It will probably take me a little while. I know gift giving is something that everybody will want. It's not like I said. I want gifts. Do not get me wrong. I definitely want gifts. But I guess for me, I just being that that's not my first love language, it's like I definitely appreciate it. I'm more of the giver than the one that receives it. So when I do receive it, I may not give you the biggest, or I probably will actually because I don't receive it like that. So I'll be extremely shocked or just like, oh, thank you. You definitely didn't have to do
But you gotta look interested if it was your mate because you gotta be excited because that's their love.
Yeah, they didn't give
their love to you by giving you a gift. So and I think that's where people start getting combative and not meeting each other when they don't meet each other. Because it's like, if he bought you a gift and you're like, oh, thanks, babe. It's like...
But you got to that's where you have to start training yourself. Like, initially, I would probably be like, oh, thanks, you didn't have to do that. But if my mate is like, stop saying it. Like, I'm doing this because this is what I love to do for you. So now I have to, like, reprogram myself, like, okay, this is what my man loves to do for me. Thank you so much, babe. Show more appreciation for that.
That's why I think what your whole question is, it made so much sense, and I didn't think about it ever in that way because you will feel if this person is expressing their love language to you without telling you that they're expressing their love language to you, and you shoot them down because that's on the bottom of your list, so you kind of like, that ain't even important, you know what I mean? Because you have not studied that person enough to know, like, wow, this really does it for this person. Like, for me, I know, like, what they call it, PDA, public display. Like, you like that. I love it. So when you don't do stuff like that to me, you don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, oh, you walk past me, and it could be in the house. Anywhere, like, you better touch my butt. You better do something like that. If I'm in the kitchen, I don't give a damn if you going that way, the kitchen way over here. You better make the beeline right to me.
Slide it.
Yeah, just touch me. You have to do something like that for me to feel loved. Like, and that's a big thing for me.
Because that's your love language. Yeah. Now, what if it's like, because the PDA, for me, I have to actually, like, I gotta get to a level where I really, really like you.
Oh yeah, don't be touching me.
Because like holding hands.
If I don't like you like that, don't keep out on me, baby.
I don't like holding hands, like, because I feel like we 2 seconds away from skipping. That's how
I like holding hands.
Like, what are we doing?
I like holding hands.
That's what I'm saying. I have to do it once I'm like,
well, we better skip. If you don't know how to skip, you better learn how to fucking skip because I want you to hold my hand.
I just feel like I just have to get to that level where I really like you, because eventually my hands start to shake your hand off of me.
Really? I'm on the same boat. Like, holding hands is very awkward.
Would y'all be okay with substituting that for locking arms? Because I'm not particularly a hand holder, but I love doing this in public. I do that all the time.
I must like him a lot.
Really? Mine is natural too, like the holding. That's your top love language. I'm saying, would y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, would y'all be able to substitute that if his thing was physical touch?
No, because I feel like that's worse.
If his thing was, I mean, if his language was physical touch, then I would
got me off.
Well, if she's saying if his love language was physical touch.
Well, if it's his love language, I would have to just get used to it.
Yeah, because you don't feel like you don't care about him, you're embarrassed to be doing that with him in public. Like all of these things go from a person who's that's top on my list. I'm like, who you hiding from? Who you don't want to see?
But it's a difference. It definitely is a difference. Now, don't get me wrong.
You might want to put your hand in the back of my pocket, like
it's a different. Like if he put his hands in the back of your pocket, that's something completely different for me. But if y'all sitting down at a lounge and y'all laying back and he got his arm around you, for me, that's good.
Oh, yeah,
like,
that's good for me.
But as far as like walking, holding hands,
I'm walking in the mall. I got so many bags in my hands.
What if he wants you to hold
your bag?
Well, he got bags in his hand too. We all
Well, ain't nobody. Okay, you shouldn't be wanting to hold hands if y'all both got bags in your hands. I ain't talking about that. I'm just saying, like, what if he wants to hold your hand? Would you do it for a little while?
I would for a little while. Like I said, I would do it for a little while, but once your palms start getting wet and stuff, it's just like
not the palms wet.
No, for real. Like their hands just have sweaty and stuff. Right.
Now and again.
I just feel like there's different things to do besides, holding,
nobody's doing that. Nobody is like, no, they not.
When you walk, your arms don't move.
Don't do this with me. Keep your hands down.
How you walk then?
Like this. Give me your hand. Stand up. See, my hand got to be like this.
Yeah, the lock. It got to be the lock.
And I'm just like.
But you're going to walk.
Yeah. I'm like this with Toya too. Yeah, I'm all like, that's why I like the arm.
Right.
Did you see her face? She was like,
get off of her.
My hands are sweaty.
I mean, Like,
I just brought it up because I know that sometimes it's difficult for us when we learning our partner or to want to learn. You got to study your partner. That's true. That be kind of tearing people up in their talking phases. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they kind of skip that.
But you gotta meet somewhere in between. Mm-hmm. Like me, I do like physical touch. Like I may rub your leg or like massage the back of your neck or something. Mm-hmm. But I walking, holding hands.
But as long as you're doing that stuff,
I'm on the feeling.
That wouldn't even bother him.
Yeah. We just don't need to walk.
Yeah, it wouldn't bother him because even if somebody did that to me, as long as you're touching me in some kind of way, I promise you, holding hands would not bother me. If you did not want to hold hands while we walking, whatever, it wouldn't bother me because you're still showing by you either done touched my shirt, you done did something for me to make me still feel comfortable. So.
Right.
Yeah, and like with my top love language of words of affirmation is like, I don't care how much you do for me, how many gifts, how many this, how many that you do. You can show me in all different types of ways, but if you don't say it, then I will be like, hey, you don't love me, and I know you don't love me. And I'm like, well, I just bought you this, I just fixed this for you, I just was rubbing on you, I was just doing all this stuff. What you mean you don't love me?
You didn't tell me nothing.
You didn't tell me anything. So for me, it's very, very important to say it, to speak it. And that's from anybody, not just a mate. That's from friends, family. Like, you gotta tell me you love me.
And sometimes
that's why I give it out so much. Like, no matter, every time I hang up or talk, I love you, I love you. I love people all the time.
Yeah. I'm loving on you. Like, all right, love you, see you later.
Right. Yeah. But sometimes that one is just good enough for a lot of women.
Yeah.
Like, just tell me that you love me. Tell me that I look good. And then you start to like date people that they may have one of your love language, but then they don't. Like they have act of service, but then they don't have words of affirmation.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, you ain't tell me shit. Like, you going out and doing X, Y, and Z, but I'm dressed up, and it's like, you didn't tell me I look good.
Right.
I agree. That one hurts me sometimes too. I'm just like, wait a minute, I didn't lie.
Right.
To look cute for you. It's like you don't know.
Acknowledge me.
And like, oh, you look cute.
Yes.
Like, you look cute.
I'm just like, honey, I'm not
I
a
look
girl.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
What are you talking about? You use the word cute.
And then you be mad because you had to be the one to bring it up.
Yeah,
Be like,
and then now you ain't even accepting it from
Exactly.
you like, whatever, that's not what you meant.
I try to give guys a little bit of leeway because since they're not as intuitive as us, I try
Yes,
to
they
give it
are.
first.
Yes, they
not
are.
all the time because I definitely see my
They
brothers with
crazy.
their spouses. They're not always as intuitive. Like it misses them a lot of time because remember they're
a lot of
guys.
stuff do
So
go over their head, but they be knowing. They can at least.
Yeah,
say
I will say a lot of men they know. Like a lot of stuff we be trying to be very lenient on.
They know.
And again, we are not men. However, I will say like men know what to do to get you and they know what to do to keep you. And they know when you look good and they know when you don't.
They might miss a few steps along the way, but honestly, they know some things to do.
They definitely do. Like if I done
good.
got dressed top notch now, you done see me in the bathroom for over an hour doing my face.
Mm-hmm.
So, baby, you look
When
good.
I come out this bathroom, you better be like,
Care what I look like.
Right.
look, smoking them, do on that porch. Let me know now.
Right. Because I need you to let me know.
So I can
We
be
like,
hey, Bubbly.
thanks,
Thank
babe.
you.
She gonna get it tonight.
He's getting everything tonight.
This girl here, man.
But that's gonna help you out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be honest with the.
what's one that irritates you guys where you give it and you know they like it, but it's just like, okay, I'm giving this acts of service, I'm giving the quality time, and you're still just not receiving it the way I want you to receive it. Like they want it, they like the QT.
Okay, well, let me say this. I think sometimes we got to step back and say, they're not us.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody ain't going to receive everything the way you...
Or react the way.
And I have gotten upset because when I bought this gift, I'm like, he going to be like, yes, I love this,
me
baby.
too.
This is the shit.
Me too.
And when I give it to him, he's like, oh, thank
thanks.
you. I'm like...
Yeah, I done got
I'm about to go crazy here. I spent all this money and you ain't even talking about this is nice.
Yeah,
What?
that's me. To me, like words of affirmation, I'm just like, wait a minute, you're not receiving the queen
Yeah.
token. I don't understand that.
Right.
Like I know you want to feel like a king, like, cause I'll stroke your ego all day, but I
Yeah.
don't understand.
When you
And
take
that really
it,
hurts me. I'm just like,
yeah.
you don't think you could take on a lion and a bear? That ain't nothing. Like that's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get so frustrated. It's like, okay.
Well, that's more so just acknowledging the fact that I am feeding you. I'm letting you know, like I'm giving you those words of affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you those gifts because this is your love language.
Yeah.
So just acknowledge and appreciate what I have done. But back to what Toya said, they are not us. You can't expect your reaction to be their reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the hard thing. But if you're not saying nothing, if there's no thank you or send a text message later and just be like, you know, I really appreciated everything you said to me. Because sometimes it takes individuals, including myself, to just sit back and reflect on, my friend just sat there and told me all of this. She fed me everything that I need to know. Maybe I wasn't ready to receive it, but let me just go ahead and let her know how much I appreciate her.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they do need that little time, even if they didn't give it to you right away.
Yeah.
But it will come.
I do
Yeah.
that with
Prayfully.
for sure.
Pray for
Do you guys, how do you guys feel about the test that you take as a couple? The
love language.
The love language test.
To kind of get the end results of like, do y'all meet y'all love languages and what your top love language is?
I never took this.
We just did it literally, and it was weird because I didn't know those things, and it was like, oh. I
But
didn't know
sometimes
that
those
was
tests are like
important.
really general.
It is
you
in
probably
general,
do a lot.
It's in general, but like we talking, it shows you percentage wise on there. So it may say 27% this, and what you've been doing for them is like 4% of what they've been wanting, and it's like, oh shit, I've been dropping the ball.
And I didn't even know I was dropping the ball.
You ain't know because you just like nobody ever says anything because number one, if it is something that we think and perceive to be the perfect love language, and it's like, that's not your love language.
Right.
But I want you to be so happy that I gave you this or did this for you, and you're like, that's not.
And that just comes to learning your partner.
Yeah.
And I think it is. And I think if people learn to meet each other at their love languages, it'll stop a lot of arguments.
Yeah.
It will.
Because Because y'all loving each other right.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
At
Like,
the end
you
of
know.
the day. Yeah.
And sometimes people really don't know their love language.
No, I
That's
didn't know
another thing.
mine.
I think a lot
Yeah.
of people don't realize
I
that.
Yeah,
did not
some
know
people
mine.
really do not.
And
know
sometimes
their
you gotta do
love
that for yourself.
Right.
Take that test for yourself. You ain't gotta make it be
Right.
about nobody else. Learn what it is that you want,
Right.
and guess what? Start feeding it to yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And then chapters of your life can change
Yeah.
your love language too.
Oh yeah.
So, and your partner, whoever you with, because they may be feeding that top one, but they not addressing the other 4 that's going on. So now your lowest one becomes your top one.
Yep.
So it's like you really have to communicate, number one, with your soulmate, your partner, whoever, and your friends or whatever.
Yep.
And then just make sure you're both on the same page to feed each
Yep.
other the way you need to be fed.
Definitely.
So yeah, that was good.
That was real good.
Yeah.
Really
I'm kind of
good.
expert in all love languages.
Right. So that is it for this segment of your 5 love languages.
Yes,
Leave
you're
us
welcome.
a comment and let us know how you feel about this episode. What's your love language?
Yeah, take the test.
Let me know
Take
what
a
your love
test.
language is.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Drop your love language in the comments. See if we compatible.
And we'll be back for Too Damn Good or Trash That
Ish. Hi guys. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the show thus far. And if you have, don't forget to
Like.
Subscribe.
And share.
and hit that notification button. Hi guys, and we are back with Too Damn Good or Trash That Ish.
Trash
Okay,
it.
so tonight we're going to be talking about, would you accept an expensive gift from someone you don't know? Okay.
Would you?
What would you know?
And we're going to classify expensive as like $200 and up.
Right.
It's a gift, okay? So Kiara, would you accept an expensive gift from a gentleman you don't know?
I'm gonna have to say yeah, but I feel bad about doing it. But yes, I would.
Why you feel bad?
Right.
Because if I feel like we don't know each other and I'm not particularly looking to give something back to you in return other than the date we're
That's
on,
kind of his fault.
Yeah.
I think
but-
she's meaning like tangible gifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not like a date.
Yeah.
Don't think of it like
But they're giving me a gift on the date, right?
No, he
No,
can't
he
give
just
you
said
out.
it. He was like, "You look fine. Here you go. I'm sending
Right.
you this gift."
Thank you. Don't keep cat. No, you can't keep tabs though. Like if
Yeah.
you're just
giving a gift.
Yeah, but
right.
I'll accept it. Yes.
So it's too damn good.
Too damn good. Sorry.
What about you, Toya?
I have taken gifts from people I don't know.
Are you
Yeah.
ashamed?
I'm ashamed.
Oh,
No, I'm just. If it's money, I'm sorry, honey. I spending it. But no, I'm just joking. However, I do think it's kind of dangerous. I always be like, oh, I want somebody, give me whatever. But it's dangerous, and I will be sending one gift back that I just received. I'm gonna send it back. I was gonna give it to my daughter. However, I'm gonna send it back. It's too expensive, and I'm gonna send it back. So going forward, I'm gonna say trash that shit.
Okay.
Okay.
For me, I think I'm gonna take it, but I would just probably have that conversation to say, just so that we're very clear, this is a gift. There's no strings attached. Like, you decided to give me a gift, so it is what it is. I'm not obligated to be with you or whatever. This is a gift. So I feel like if if somebody is genuinely giving you a gift and you're not looking for something in return, because that's the definition of giving a gift, then yeah, I say, too damn good. I want a gift.
So for me, y'all know I'll be like, oh, I want a gift. I want somebody to take me out. I want this. I want that. But I would trash that ish. Because
Really?
yeah, that's just like a dangerous line.
It is.
Especially like if it's an expensive gift. And I don't want to create a stalker out of taking your
And
gift.
that's exactly why
Yeah.
I'm gonna return
So,
it. 'Cause
like,
I don't want.
I
It's
would
been
definitely-
turning into that,
Stalkerish.
and I don't want that.
Yeah,
Well-
I really think I would trash it. Even though I still like gifts. Take me on a couple of dates and then give me a gift.
Give me with your time.
Just
Yeah.
know me. Get to know me first.
Right.
Yeah.
And because it's like I say, most people, they watch you, so they know you like stuff, so they feel like if they give you stuff, then you're gonna give them stuff, and it's like, no.
Right. That's why I'm saying people really need to understand the definition of giving a gift. It's just like if you loan somebody some money, understand that, not loan them. If you give somebody some money, just understand that it's not,
It's a gift.
you may not receive it back.
Yeah.
You're giving them something, never look for it back in return. Anywho.
Trash that ish.
Too damn good.
Trash that ish.
I would say that's too good.
Don't be ashamed.
Get up here.